So we are going to start this. I hope you're all excited. I'm personally very, very excited. Hopefully we can actually get through a couple things in this stream, but honestly, I've chosen such a big starting point. Like this is a big thing to start with. So I don't know. Okay, let's just get started. So first off, we got Ahsoka Tano. Okay. My thoughts on Ahsoka Tano. She is one of the best characters to come out of Lucasfilm. She legitimately is one of the best characters. I have very few gripes about Ahsoka, and the thing is that her character throughout the hang on, I made a mistake on this. 1 second. I need to make adjustments here. Yes, we have Nerf Herder as one of the titles here. Hang on. Okay, there we go. See, this is the kind of thing that like shows me that I've got like some kind of ADHD, because honestly, like I can't handle when stuff looks like that, like at all. I'm like, I need it to be symmetrical. If it's not, I'm gonna lose it. But to see Ahsoka grow throughout the Clone Wars, and then also to return for her own, Disney Plus series, to me it's special. It's special, and it goes to show that the fan base genuinely does love and appreciate her, because she is genuinely like one of the heart and souls of the Clone Wars. Like, she is one of the best characters to come out of that series. Like, genuinely, like I can't think of a better character in the Clone Wars. Like, really, like Anakin, Obi-Wan, of course, they are staples, but I'm talking about specifically the Clone Wars, because before the Ahsoka show, Ahsoka was only in the Clone Wars. Only in the Clone Wars, which means that is her breakout role. That is where she came into things, and where she will probably stand out the most and stand the test of time. Because, to be honest, the Ahsoka show, I haven't really watched it. I've heard great things, though, don't get me wrong. I do need to sit down and watch it. I hear that there's the return of Hayden Christensen, which, I mean, oh my god, I love Hayden Christensen. I think he's a phenomenal actor. I personally think he was given a very bad hand, in all honesty. I think a lot of people gave him very harsh criticisms. I know his facial expressions in episode 3 and episode 2 could be a little bit weird, but, like, honestly, it's fine. It's fine. If we get to have people like Hayden Christensen in Star Wars, I can deal with a few, like, awkward smirks. I can deal with that. I can live with that. So, that is... Ahsoka was the heart of the Clone Wars. She was. Like, I don't think there's any doubt about that. She absolutely was the heart and soul of the Clone Wars, and she brought about so many key plot points, and she played such a pivotal role in so many iconic episodes, especially in the last season. Like, she really came into her own with Order 66. Like, she really, really came into her own. So, honestly, Grandmaster. Like, 100%. Like, there is no doubt in my mind about that. Now we got the lady from episode 8. So, I don't remember her name. So, but anyway, I do remember, though, what she did. And her not believing Poe and kind of having her own plot in mind to save the Resistance didn't really sit well with me. I think she could have let some people in on it, specifically Poe. And I believe even Leia didn't know her plan, correct? I believe so. Leia wasn't even aware of what her plan was. So no one knew that she was thinking of, like, oh, if we can't run, we are going to simply ram the ship into the, I don't know what the name of Snoke's ship was. I think it was like the Executioner, or that might have been Darth Vader's Superstar Destroyer. But honestly, I wasn't a big fan of her character. She wasn't the worst character by any means. She is not the worst character, but I don't like her. I really don't. And it's simply because she didn't let really anybody in on it. I don't even think Leia knew the plan of like what she was planning on doing. Maybe she did. But I feel like her treatment towards Poe as well. I get that maybe she was suspicious of him, thinking that he was like, but at the same time, like, has she seen everything Poe has done for the Resistance? Like, has she seen all of the feats that he has basically done when it comes to starfighting, like to prove his loyalty. Like I feel like she was a little bit misguided. I feel like she was quite a bit misguided, and that's fine for someone taking up a leader role. But at the same time, I feel like the actress I absolutely adore because she was in Little Women, and I love that freaking movie. She was the mom in Little Women, and she was phenomenal. But her character in Star Wars, not great. So she's staying in nerve herder status. Anakin Skywalker. Where to start with the Chosen One? Where to start with one of the greatest characters, in my opinion, in all of fiction. Where to start with him? And in all honesty, I think we need to kind of start from the beginning. Growing up on Tatooine with his mother, a child of, you know, he was born of the midichlorians. He was brought into this world without a father, and that's kind of like, I guess, debated over, or has it been settled that basically Palpatine was the reason why, or no, it wasn't Palpatine, it was Darth Plagueis. Darth Plagueis the Wise. That is what brought about Anakin, from my understanding, was Darth Plagueis. But I don't know if that's just fan theory or if that's legitimately so. Like, he basically created Anakin, which honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. I personally like the idea of just the Force seeing that there was, you know, imbalance, and it was like, okay, we need a savior. We need a messianic figure, and that was Anakin Skywalker. I think that with Anakin growing up, developing a sense of maturity, which he did demonstrate. He did demonstrate in many regards his growth, but at the same time, in many areas, he remained immature. And he is one of my favorite characters. He really, really, truly is. He is one of my favorite. Oh, this one didn't load. But he is truly one of my favorite characters. He is one of my favorites. But I can't just base this off of what is like my favorite. I need to base it off of like the character's traits. So for him, I would have to say that his hot-headedness and his, you know, desire to save the ones he loves, and his stubbornness in that regard, like his want to save others, is like paramount to his character. And it even is what, you know, like redeems him in the end, is that his son is who he wants to save from Palpatine. Like, that is genuinely who Anakin is. He at the end of the day is someone who will sacrifice any and everything for the sake of the people he loves. And even though he goes through a lot of means that arguably, not even arguably, are absolutely terrible, even with the murder of the Tusken Raider tribe. I know that Tusken Raiders in Star Wars are like cannibalistic and savage and all that stuff, but at the same time, like, what Anakin did, like, he even said, like, he killed the women and the children. Like, the children, like, did nothing. The women, they might have, like, eaten people and stuff, but the children did absolutely nothing. But it's like he still killed them because they hurt his mother. You know, their torture towards her is what ended up killing her. And as a result, he took out revenge. Now that was not an instance of him protecting his family. That was him getting revenge, which I would classify him protecting Luke. We'll go through three different things. So essentially, Anakin, when he was protecting Luke, was him protecting someone he loves. When he was, quote, protecting his, like, love, who was like Padme, when he was essentially trying to save her life, he was both trying to save her life, but he was also trying to prove his worth, because he was very upset with the Jedi Order at that point. And he was very pissed off. He was very, very angsty. And as a result, he more or less just kind of, it wasn't even just that he was like devoted to saving Padme. It was also like he wanted power. not just to save her, but to like kind of prove himself, which shows that yes, he was selfless with Padme, but at the same time, he was also selfish in that he desired his own power and authority and his own sense of validation. And then finally, we have, the situation with his mother in which the violence he took out in that moment was pure revenge. Like, and it makes sense because in that movie, I believe Anakin is supposed to be like 18 or 19. He's still very like immature in a lot of ways. So it makes sense that, you just lost your mother and, you just lost your parent, the only parent you have, and who the people are who took them from you. You have a lightsaber. You have the ability to take out revenge. Anakin did something that I'm sure a lot of people probably would. He took revenge. He took revenge. And that, in my opinion, does bump him down a little bit, is the fact that even though at the end of the day he was redeemed, even at the end of the day, Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker, was redeemed, I still think he had some elements to him that needed some sorting out. I genuinely do. So he is going to go in the Master tier, and it's just funny to me because what if I put him in the Jedi Knight tier? Do you think he'd be pissed? You'll never be a Jedi Master, Anakin. You'll take a seat, young Skywalker. But yeah. Anyway, Asajj Ventress. I don't know. I mean, Ventress is cool. Ventress is cool. She's a cool assassin. She was like a quote apprentice to Count Dooku, which kind of breaks the lore a little bit because the rule of two, but at the same time it doesn't because she's not really classified as a Sith. And then you have all the issues with like Maul being alive and like Savage Opress. Like you've got all those situations in the Clone Wars that kind of make me like raise an eyebrow at the rule of two. Honestly, I think the rule of two is stupid. I think that because I believe it was Darth Bane that put it in place. I honestly don't like the rule of two. I know that it's supposed to make it so like the Sith continually get stronger, but it's literally like one Sith or two. Like that's literally it. There's only ever like one or two of them. And I'm like, yeah, that's not enough. You're dealing with an entire Jedi Order, but then again, with Palpatine at the helm, they did manage to take over the galaxy. So, you know what? Never mind. The rule of two might be lit. Asajj Ventress, though, not my favorite character. Honestly, not my favorite. I would not classify her as the greatest character. I think her character arc in Clone Wars was strong. I feel it was pretty strong, but personally, I don't really care for her all that much. She's not the worst character, but she's not my favorite. So we are going to put her in the... I don't know. We're going to put her in the younglings tier, I think. Baby Yoda, aka Grogu. It's Grogu, I know that, but I just love messing with his name. I don't know. I haven't watched anything outside of Mandalorian Season 1 and little bits of Season 2, so honestly, I can't really speak too much of Grogu. The fact that his name is Grogu immediately raises a tier. The fact that he's one of Yoda's species immediately raises him a tier. So he immediately goes up too, just from those two factors alone. I mean, his abilities with the Force are phenomenal for a child of his age. And then again, isn't he like 80 years old, but he's still a baby? I think that's like a thing. Like Yoda's people, obviously they age very slowly, and him being, Force sensitive, just like Yoda, is going to age incredibly slow. So I'm thinking for Grogu, we're going to... Okay, is it criminal to put him in the youngling tier? Is that criminal? Because honestly, I don't really care about Grogu. I don't care much about Baby Yoda. I've got a Lego Baby Yoda statue, but it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know enough about him, but I know he's not like a terrible character. It's just he's a baby. He's a baby. He's a Force-sensitive baby. He's an 80-year-old baby. That's his big thing. BB-8. Moving on to BB-8. We are on to some more sequel characters. BB-8 will never be R2-D2. No matter how much they sell toys and no matter how much they try to sell us on his personality, don't get me wrong, I do absolutely love that scene in which Finn is basically confirming things with BB-8, and BB-8 just ignites a lighter to give a thumbs up. That, to me, was the greatest scene in all of the sequel trilogy. I'm sorry, that was the best scene out of anything in the sequel trilogy. So I am going to give that to BB-8. That was good. That alone raises him a tier. So I don't dislike BB-8 though by any means. He's not R2, but he's not meant to be R2. Well, maybe he is, because he is like comic relief. I genuinely am fine with him. I don't know. Maybe Padawan tier. I think Padawan tier is pretty fair. I think that's pretty fair, because in all honesty, he does serve a pretty important role, especially in the first sequel movie, and he's a pretty lovable little guy. You know, I'll give him Padawan tier. I'll give him Padawan tier. Next up, we got Boba Fetty, Waba Fett. We got him next. How do I feel about Boba Fett? How do you guys feel about Boba Fett? To be honest, I did not watch the new Boba Fett show. I didn't watch it. But from everything I've seen about Boba Fett, from his appearance in the prequels to obviously his introduction in the original series, in the original trilogy, Boba Fett is iconic. He truly is. Boba Fett is iconic. He was in the Clone Wars and all that stuff. He is an iconic character. He really is. And his death, knowing that he didn't die in the Sarlacc pit, which, is that still canon, by the way? Because I know that they got rid of a lot of the EU. Is that still canon? I think his death and then revival after the Sarlacc pit is still canon, I believe. So Boba Fett, as heretical as it might be, is going in the Padawan tier. I'm not the biggest fan of Boba Fett, but I think he's a G. I think he is really, really cool, but at the same time, he's not my favorite character. C-3PO. This bucket of bolts is so lovable. He is a lovable guy that he's an anxious ball of nerve endings and wires. That is all C-3PO is. And to be honest, he is great comic relief. And he's a perfect foil for our boy R2-D2. He is a perfect foil for R2-D2. Is he one of my favorite characters? I mean, he's part of the most iconic duo in all of Star Wars. He's literally part of the most iconic duo in Star Wars. R2-D2 and C-3PO show up in all 9 movies. They're in every single one. It was mandated that they be in every single one, essentially. I love him. I think he's great. I think his introduction in episode 4 all the way up through episode 9, even though I feel like episode 9 kind of screwed up a little bit by being oh, we're going to reset his memory. Oh, we're going to bring him right back. That did kind of annoy me. And also him being I'm just taking one last look, sir, at my friends. I'm no, they're not your friends. All of your friends are dead right now, except Leia, who is dying. All of your friends are gone, homie. You have no friends who are alive right now. I am sorry. You can't be looking at these people that you just met and being they are the ones that you want to die around. I mean, come on now. But outside of that, masterclass. No doubt. Cad Bane. Phenomenal bounty hunter. Great character. I know that he's in live action stuff, but I am going to consider him mostly a Clone Wars character, because that is what he mostly is a Clone Wars character. He is pretty darn good. He's pretty fierce. I believe didn't he use the Dark Blade at one point? I believe he used the Darksaber. I believe he actually fought with the Darksaber at one point, which that's pretty legendary, in my opinion. He's a really cool looking bad guy. He's fierce. He got kind of that voice, that voice module thing going that's really, really intimidating. I'm all for it. I am all for it. Do I think he rises to the ranks of C-3PO and Anakin? No, absolutely not. We're going to keep him in Padawan tier. We're going to go Padawan tier. Captain Rex. Captain Rexy Rex. Smexy Rex. He is one of the best characters in Clone Wars. He genuinely is. He is a phenomenal character. His loyalty to Anakin and Obi-Wan, and especially Ahsoka, is one of the most heartwarming things in the entire series, in my opinion. Like, his loyalty to Ahsoka is literally like a big brother who wants to protect and love his little sister. Like, that is literally what Captain Rex is to Ahsoka. He just loves his little sister figure. Like, that's it. And he is so protective of her. And initially, I think he was annoyed with her, like, many, many times. But we all kind of were with Ahsoka until she matured and grew up, you know? But he was so loyal to Anakin. He was a phenomenal soldier to the very end. And, you know, he was one of the people that, I believe it was Fives, who kind of raised the flag of like, hey, there's a chip in our heads that's going to turn us against, like, it can mind control us. He was one of the people who actually was like, you know, let's speak to Fives. Let's try to talk to him. Let's figure this out. And of course, Fives was killed. You know, the truth was concealed. Order 66 happened, all that stuff. Captain Rex is one of the best characters. Master status. 100%. Andor. Cassian Andor. I don't know a lot about this guy. I did not watch Andor. I did, however, watch, of course, Rogue One. Andor, Cassian was pretty cool. He was a pretty cool guy. I will give him that. He was a very interesting character. Good foil for Jyn. I liked his character overall. I think that he brought a good amount of, like, kind of gruff sort of personality. Reminded me a little bit of Han Solo, but less charismatic, you know, like a little bit of the rogue, but more so a gruff kind of rogue versus a charismatic one. And honestly, I think that he is phenomenal for that. I think he's a very good character, but do I think he rises to the very, very high ranks? Maybe if I watched Andor, I would feel differently, but honestly, he's going to stay in Padawan tier. Chewbacca. Chewie the Baka. Baka the Chewie. How do we feel? Honestly, Chewbacca, he's one of the most lovable characters. He doesn't speak a freaking word, but my god, does he have personality. This fluffy goober's going in Grandmaster status, like 100%. There can be no doubt about that. Chewbacca is one of the best characters for simply the fact that he can convey his emotions without a single freaking word. It's the same with R2-D2. Like, the ability for a character to demonstrate, not just demonstrate, but show, like, demonstrate their emotions, but also, like, speak to them as well. Like, you are able to speak of your emotions without even saying a word. Like, you can tell what Chewie is saying just from how everyone else interacts with him. And also just his little, like, grunts and groans and stuff. Like, you can tell what he's thinking. You can fill in the blanks. And that, to me, is a well-written character. So he is absolutely staying in Grandmaster status. I forget this gentleman's name. I forget him. But honestly, I am going to put him in Jedi Knight status. And the reason why is because of his unwavering faith in the Force. I genuinely think that I don't remember his name. I'm going to be honest with you, but I do remember what he did in Rogue One. And to be honest, he is such a phenomenal character. He really is. Just the fact that he never lost faith in the ability to use the Force, and maybe at the end of everything, when he did die to those shock troopers, to those Imperial shock troopers, he used the Force, no doubt, to get to that lever. He absolutely was utilizing the Force. The Force, what was it? I am one with the Force is with me. And that is why he is going in Jedi Knight status. The Force is with him. He is with the Force. Like, 100%. Count Dooku. Dooku is an amazing villain. His story is great. The fact that he trained Qui-Gon is amazing. The fact that he tried to turn Obi-Wan Kenobi is incredible. The fact that he was a threat. The fact that he was even just a perceived threat, even by the likes of, like, Master Yoda, shows his skill and ability. And I think genuinely he is one of the most memorable characters, not just from his like, you know, personality and stuff, but also just from the fact that, you know, how would I put this? Just from the fact that he has such a memorable design and such memorable lines. Like, he drops bar after bar you know? And his death, oh my god, like the kind of awakening of the dark side in Anakin in episode 3, like seeing how he did not give mercy to Count Dooku. But then again, Dooku's a killer, bro. But at the same time, the Jedi are supposed to be above that. You know, the Jedi are supposed to be above being, you know, murderers. That's supposed to be a thing the Jedi are above. But in this instance, Anakin was not. He was not. So I think, honestly, with Count Dooku's powers and his general vibe, I think he belongs in the Jedi Knight tier. 100%. Darth Maul. Oh my gosh, Molly Molly. I love Darth Maul. At post Clone Wars, especially in the final season, dude. Like Darth Maul is one of the greatest characters in the Clone Wars. He absolutely is. I'm so glad they brought him back, because initially when they brought him back, I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. And then the final season comes around and I'm like, okay, I love this. I love this. This is great. I have zero complaints about this. Like, zero complaints. Darth Maul, Clone Wars Darth Maul. Okay? We're not talking episode 1 Darth Maul, we're talking Clone Wars Darth Maul. Clone Wars Darth Maul going in master tier. 100%. His absolute hatred for Obi-Wan, which then transforms into him becoming a full-on, like, crime syndicate lord, to then him taking over Mandalore and then fighting with the Emperor alongside his brother. I mean, oh my god, dude. Come on now. But yeah, he's staying in master tier. Just gonna, 1 second. Let's bring you back down here. Okay. Okay. I've just need to. We're gonna make it orange. No, we gotta make it like, oh shoot, no, that purple's taken. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Perfection. Yes, Vader goes at the very top of the list. I won't hear any slander. I won't hear any slander at all. Vader is one of the greatest characters, best villain in all of fiction. I will hear no slander. I will hear nothing. I will hear nothing. None of you are allowed to say anything bad towards my boy Vader, because this man is the goat of all goats, and I will hear nothing against his name at all. The breathing of this man will strike fear into generations of people, because you know that the moment you hear that, it's over. It's freaking over. You and your entire bloodline are about to be wiped out. Like, that's how you know this man is it. He is him. He is not just him. He is Himothy, okay? He is everything that the Sith are. He is everything that the Star Wars universe needs to be. 100 Vader only. Vader only tier. Who is this dude? He's from Rogue One, but I forget his name. Clanker tier. I hate this guy. I hate this dude. Clanker tier for this guy. Just the fact that he had such a hatred for Grand Moff Tarkin, like, bothered me so much. I'm like, why are you so angsty? But then again, he did, like, help construct literally the Death Star and was, like, not recognized for it, like, whatsoever. And then when he asked Vader, like, hey, are you going to tell the Emperor about, like, my accomplishments? Vader, like, just force chokes him. Don't choke on your what was it? Don't choke on your aspirations, Admiral. Like, it was so good. It was so good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he's in Clanker tier. I don't care about him. Palpatine. Palps. The man who should have stayed dead in episode 6. And yeah, you know what? He stayed dead. You know what? Yeah. He just stayed dead. Yeah, there's no movies after that. Yeah, no. I don't actually know who some of these characters are, because they're not in Star Wars. Palpatine is going in Grandmaster. Here's my reason. And I'm talking episode 4 through, well, we're introduced to him in 5. I'm talking about the prequels and the sequels. Palpatine is one of the greatest villains of all time. He is so iconic. His voice is iconic. His powers are iconic. Everything about him stands out and is like, yo, I am an evil guy that is ready to kill you. Like, I'm ready. I am sinister incarnate. That is what Palpatine is. That is what Sheev Palpatine is. He is evil incarnate. And from my understanding, he has the ability to clone himself. Well, no, that didn't happen because there were no movies after episode 6. There was a happy ending with the Ewoks. Woo! So yeah. Palpatine, Grandmaster tier, 100%. I don't know who this kid is. I recognize him. He's from Rebels. I don't remember his name. I can't really place him anywhere. I know that he becomes a Jedi. But I don't remember much about him. I know that a lot of people... Oh, Ezra. I know a lot of people like Ezra, but I don't personally know anything about him because I never watched Rebels. I never did. So, honestly, I'm gonna keep him in Padawan. I think that's fair because I don't really know enough about him to put him up with like Count Dooku in this. I mean, this guy's just BA, so that's why he's up there. But honestly, I don't know enough about or Ezra to be like, yeah, he deserves a higher tier. Finn the man, the myth, the legend, the stormtrooper, the deserter. How do we feel about Finn? Because me, he's a phenomenal character. He deserved more. Our boy Finn, John Boyega, you deserve justice. Someone send this to John Boyega. Boy, you got done dirty. You got done dirty and you deserved more. I tell you what, you deserved total justice for what Disney did to you, my man. You totally did. You deserved to show some force powers, to pull up a lightsaber other than just a few seconds of fighting Kylo Ren. You should have been a Jedi alongside Rey. I am just saying. The rage I feel at what they did to Finn, it pisses me off, guys. It really does. And that's why Finn, bro, you are going straight up in the Jedi Knight tier. You deserve it. You deserve it. And the only reason you're not in Master tier is because we didn't see more of you. So it's not even your fault. It's not even Finn's fault that he's not in a higher tier. It's the mouse. It's the Mickey. It's his fault. So we just, that's the reason. That's the reason. General Grievous. What? That's General Grievous. That's my best. The negotiator, General Kenobi. But how do I feel about Grievous? Grievous is a great character. There was a lot of personality added to him in the Clone Wars, but honestly, just Grievous in Episode 3 is a phenomenal character alone. I am going to put him in the Jedi Knight tier because honestly, Grievous was a very phenomenal character. He absolutely deserved to be in the Clone Wars, and I would have enjoyed seeing more of him, but the fact that he had such a presence in Episode 3 says a lot about his character. It says a lot about his ability to be in a room and take freaking center stage, dude. Absolutely. General Hux. You guys saw where I was gravitating to. Clanker tier. Hey, that's where he belongs. He was a good character in Episode 7. We're going to acknowledge the sequels. We're going to acknowledge them for a brief moment. I did not like Hux in Episode 8. I think they used him as a joke character quite a bit. And then in Episode 9, he was a total joke. Just being the informant for the Resistance. I'm like, dude, you hate Kylo so much that you're going to throw away literally everything in the entirety of the First or the Final Order? Really? You petty man. I have no love in my heart for Hux. Thrawn, right? General? Admiral? I don't know what he's called. I think it's Admiral Thrawn. I don't know anything about him. I think from this animation style, it's showing that he's in Rebels, but I think he's in other things too. He's from the expanded universe, but they thankfully did add him into Disney's universe. From my understanding, he's a really cool character. But honestly, don't know enough about him. He's not nearly as interesting to me as like Ezra, because Ezra's like a Jedi. So honestly, he's gonna go in a Younglings tier, to be honest. Grand Moff Tarkin. A goat of a man. Yeah, what did he say? What did he say to Vader when Vader was choking that one guy? He was like, Vader, and it was like oh, what was it? Like for him to play nice or something like that, and Vader was like, as you wish. Like it's like he is the only guy I think in that room that Vader respected, because in all honesty, while Vader is second to the Emperor, so is Grand Moff Tarkin in a way, because Tarkin runs the government essentially, whereas the Emperor's kind of like, from what I take it, is like a figurehead. He's a totalitarian like ruler, obviously, but he's also like more so a figurehead, you know, in my humble opinion. You know, he's also a figurehead. So I'm gonna say that Grand Moff Tarkin deserves Master Tier 100%. He absolutely deserves Master Tier 100%. Han Solo, who we find out in the Solo movie is actually named Han Solo because he was by himself. Can you believe it, guys? Can you believe that that's the reason why? I know, it's so clever. Han Solo is absolutely going in the Grandmaster tier. I love Han. I really do. I really, truly do. He is a phenomenal gangster smuggler character that you love. He is scruffy. He is not afraid to get into a fight. He is not afraid to. And you know what? If I was in a fight, if I was about to duke it out in a bar, Han is who I want at my side. Him and Chewie, both of them. Honestly, I think Chewie would do most of the damage. But Han, definitely backup, 100%. I want him there because that quick hand when he shot Greedo, I mean, come on now. Han, all the praise in the world. Like, genuinely. He is a phenomenal freaking character, and he deserves all the love. He really does. Grandmaster tier for Han Solo. I don't know who this is. And I can't see what this is either. So both of these are going to go in Clanker tier. Clanker tier. She works with Ezra, but she's going to go in Younglings tier because but I think she's one of the good guys. So she'll go in Younglings tier. She won't go much lower, but she's not someone I know like Ezra. So we're going to keep Ezra up here. Jabba the Hutt, leader of the Hutt cartel. Jabba is a fiend. He is a fiend and a menace. A fiend and an absolute menace to society. And I love him for it. I really do. Jabba the Hutt is a scumbag in the fullest extent of the law. You love to hate him. You really do. And honestly, his chuckle and laugh is very iconic. And do they have his little pet on here? They probably don't. Something Grum. I forget his name, but he's not on here. But honestly, I could not live with putting Jabba high on the list. Even though I love to hate Jabba, that's the thing, is I hate him. At the end of the day, I don't like Jabba the Hutt. Like, I love to hate him. He's a great villain, but I hate him. Clanker tier. Jango freaking Fett. Dude, you're going in Nerf Herder tier. I'm sorry, dude. Okay. Don't riot yet. Just give me a freaking second. Jango Fett is boring, okay? He's boring. He's not his son Boba. He doesn't interest me. Even though he was in episode 2, he still doesn't interest me. His appearances in the Clone Wars did not really interest me. I get that all the clones are based off his genetics, but at the same time, just like with Captain Rex, I would not give Jango Fett credit for who Captain Rex, Commander Cody, Fives. I will not give Jango Fett credit for what the clones became. Their own personalities. I will not give him credit for that. Absolutely not. So he is absolutely staying in the Nerf Herder tier. The only reason he's not lower is because, I don't know, he was fine in episode... no, he wasn't even fine. Evet, he's staying in Clanker tier. Jyn Erso. Jyn Erso. Great character. Good motivations. Good, not great, but good motivations. Very, very strong, very strong-willed, very like a very like heartfelt character. You know, she had a very rough, a rough history. You know, she had a real rough history growing up, you know, in hiding with her dad and mom, and then, you know, her dad presumably being dead for a long time, but no, he was still alive. And then, oh my god, there's alarms. You can hear that? You can hear that? What fun. What fun. But yeah, Jin Urso, good motivations, decent, like great character, but I would say good motivations. Her abilities in combat, pretty good. Didn't really get demonstrated too terribly often, but honestly, I'm gonna put her in Jedi Knight status. She's a good character. She really is. She's a good character. I really appreciated the effort that was put into her. I really did. What is his name? K9? K6. I'm trying to remember. It's something K, I think. He is absolutely going up a tier. He is going into Jedi Knight tier, 100%. Actually, no, he's going into Master tier because I don't even remember his name, but I remember his presence, and he was freaking phenomenal. I remember how much I enjoyed him just being in the movies. I think it was K6 or something like that. But yeah, he was a great addition to Rogue One. He really was. A robot who has the sass, bro. Sassiness, and you love to freaking see it. You love to see it. I was a fan. I have absolutely no idea who this is. I'm going to assume he's a good guy, so we're going to put him there. Any of the good guys in Star Wars immediately get a couple tiers up, except her, because I didn't like her character. I just didn't. I'm sorry. Episode 8 enjoyers, whoever you may be, please unfollow the channel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have no love in my heart for episode 8. I'm sorry. I'm a basic person with basic wants in the universe, and honestly, episode 8 was not one of those wants. Kylo Ren, Ben Solo. Good character. No, great character. Confusing at times. His motivations did at times very much confuse me. I'm not going to say in any way that he was a bad character, but he, you know, his motivations kind of flip-flopped, you know, here or there. And, you know, I wasn't the biggest fan of Kylo towards the end, but on like episode 8, I feel obviously was his weakest, but episode 9 kind of brought him back a little bit. I feel like him dying in the end, though, it did really annoy me. I was really hoping that we'd just get, like, a full-on, you know, like, Rey and Kylo maybe can restart the Jedi Order together. We'd get full redemption for Kylo. And, you know, at the ending scene when we see, you know, Leia and, like, the last of the Skywalkers, like, Leia and Luke standing there, we technically should have seen Kylo. We should have seen him. We should have seen Kylo there, because unless, he obviously didn't do the thing to achieve immortality, so he's just gone, as far as I'm aware. Because he should have shown up on Tatooine, because he also was a Skywalker. His mother was Leia. But yeah, anyway, Master tier. Oh my God, why did I just forget his name? What the heck is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I just rewatched episode 5 not too long ago. What is wrong with me? Please help. What is his name? Oh my god. His last name's coming to my mind, like his genuine last name, Williams. I know that's his last name, but why can I not remember his actual screen name? Why can I not remember his name in the movie? Jeez. And now there's so much police activity going on outside, man. Jeez. Dude, there's so many sirens. What the heck are they dealing with out there? Is there a fire? What's going on? Okay. Anyway. So, jeez. I don't remember. It's literally on the tip of my tongue. I don't even... Oh, Lando Calrissian. I am so bad at this. I'm so bad at this, guys. Lando Calrissian. I'm going to... I think there's a fire. Like, I think there's a genuine fire, because I think that's like a fire truck. Lando Calrissian. Oh my god. Dude, that was so loud. I had to turn off my microphone. That was so freaking loud. Anyway, Lando Calrissian, if we're just talking episode 5, I'm not taking into consideration any possible future movies that may or may not exist. Lando staying in master tier. He's a great character. He really is. Okay, let's bring him back down here real quick. Okay, let's see. And then... what should we call this tier, honestly? There we go. Best, fight me. Absolutely. Odeds! Oh my gosh! Bro, followed if you can say hi on my live, thanks. Hi on your live? What would that be? What would that be? Are you streaming yourself? Thank you for the follow, by the way. I don't quite understand what you mean by that. But yeah, Luke Skywalker, best tier. Absolute best tier. He is one of the greatest characters in all of fiction. There is genuinely nothing better than the father-son duo that exists between Vader and Luke. There is nothing better than that, like, genuinely. And in my humble opinion, Luke Skywalker, he is quite literally everything that a good character should be and what a good man should be. His belief in others, his internal strength, his desire to believe in others, believe that there is good in others, is absolutely phenomenal. Luke belongs in the best tier because he is one of the best characters, if not the best character in all of Star Wars. Vader is the best villain. Luke is the best character, though. He is a character that I have looked up to. He is a character that I strive to imitate, guys. Like, straight up. He is a character that I look at myself even now. I look in the mirror and I'm like, you know what? How can I be like Luke Skywalker today? Straight up. He is too good. He really is. And that's why he belongs in the best fight me tier. 100%. He's the best fight me. That is what he is. He is the best. 100%. Next up, Mace the Windu. Mace the Windu. Grandmaster tier. You know why? Because he put Anakin in his place when necessary. He falls. He stays in that tier. The only reason I'm not making it his own tier, that's maybe a little bit higher than Grandmaster, is because his pushing of Anakin, while yes, appropriate in some way because Anakin did have a lot of darkness going on there, I genuinely believe that Mace Windu, more or less, had very good intentions. He was an excellent character. He really was. He might have pushed Anakin in a negative direction, but at the same time, he really did what was best for the Order. He really did, because he had every reason not to trust Anakin. Like, genuinely, there was no reason for Mace Windu to absolutely throw caution to the wind and be like, yeah, let's welcome in this little child who already has all these connections, or at least a connection to his mother. Let's bring him into the Order because he's the chosen one. Like, no, like that would make anybody sensible anxious, and Mace Windu is sensible. That's why he's there. What is his name? I know that it's the Mandalorian, but I don't know his name. I don't remember what it is. I liked his character. I genuinely did. I don't have much to say, unfortunately, about his character, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I really did like Mando. I did. His very, very stern and kind of rigid personality did stick out to me. He is gonna go to Padawan tier because, honestly, only watching season 1 of Mandalorian kind of shoots this in the foot a little bit. So he's gonna stay there in Padawan tier. Maz Kanata. Kanata Maz. AKA Small Big Eyes. Maz Kanata is going down to nerf herder status, and the only reason why is because I feel like literally there's one quote. There's one quote that puts her in a nerf herder status, and it's quite literally a good question for another time. She never addresses it again. It never gets brought up. I'm so frustrated. I'm so glad that no more movies exist after episode 6. I'm so glad no movies exist. Grandmaster tier. Obi-Wan Kenobi is one of the best characters in the entirety of Star Wars, Clone Wars, everything. He is one of the best characters of all time. He's like, hello there. And I'm like, oh, what's up, dude? Let me give you, like, money, a crown, everything. I will give you my firstborn child because you are just absolutely the GOAT. And I know that you would be a better dad than I would be. So here, take my firstborn child and I will pay you child support. That is quite literally how I look at Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is the best. Does he rise? Oh, man. You know what? Now that it's not just Vader only, though, it's best fight me tier. It's the best fight me tier. Should I do it? Should I do it? Obi-Wan Kenobi's going in the best fight me tier. He deserves it. He deserves it. Obi-Wan had such an amazing story arc, not just through the movies, but through Clone Wars. He genuinely was one of the greatest characters of all time. His love and compassion for his brother, essentially, Anakin, shined through unlike anything else. His tolerance of Anakin's BS throughout so much of the movies and so much of the TV show shows that, hey, I love you. You're a pain in the neck, but I love you. You're my brother. And I'm gonna protect you and I'm gonna take care of you. You're my little brother and I'm gonna look out for you. That is Obi-Wan. That is Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he is... I didn't like the Obi-Wan show. I didn't like the Kenobi movie or show. But honestly, I'm not even gonna blame Obi-Wan's character on that. I don't even care. I didn't even finish that show. So in all honesty, with what I know about Obi-Wan Kenobi, best fight me tier. He's in the best fight me tier. 100%. Padme Amidala, the queen. The queen. Oh my god, please just stop me. Please just stop me. I can't go into Knuckles mode right now. Straight up, Padme is... she's staying in the master tier. She's staying in the master tier. Padme Amidala, Padme is such an amazing character. She really, truly is. Padme is such an amazing character. She sees so much goodness in Anakin. She really does. Even when there's clear, honestly, even when there's clear red flags about this guy, she still wants to believe in the good in him. She still does. She reminds me a bit of Luke in that way. Like, I see good in you. I know there's good in you. And what does Anakin do? He chokes her. Like, what the heck is wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with you? And as a result, you killed her. She lost the will to live because you were a horrible person. Should Anakin be moved down a tier? I don't know. Nah, I like Anakin enough. He's fine. He's fine where he is. I don't feel comfortable putting him and his wife on the same tier, though. I feel like that's kind of, like, mean. But it's fine. I feel like they're both master tier. It's fine. They can stay there. But Padme is a phenomenal character. She really is. Does she rise up to Grandmaster status? I personally don't think so. But that's okay. Poe Dameron. You're staying right there in Padawan tier, actually. I don't like Poe. I'm not a Poe fan, to be honest. And it's just because we don't really see enough of him. In the parts that we do see, he kind of annoys me. I'm just not... I'm not gonna lie. He's not a favorite character of mine. He just isn't. So he's gonna stay in Padawan tier. Genuinely. Princess Leia. Carrie Fisher. I just... Should we say Master tier? Should we say Master tier? I would go Grandmaster tier, but at the same time, there's those sequels movies, man, and I can't deny their existence. I can't deny them. I want to say that they don't exist, but they ruin her character too. You know what? No. I'm not gonna... No, she stays in Master tier because, yes, the sequel movies do kind of ruin it for her, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. I will keep her in Master tier. That's fine. Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn. You are going in Master Tier, my friend. Qui-Gon Jinn is a phenomenal character. He is wise, but not only that, but he has had his dance with the dark side, in a way. He is someone who understands the Force to a great extent, to a true extent. Not just the propaganda of the Jedi or the Sith, but he understands the Force truly and utterly. He is the closest thing to a gray Jedi we see in the movies at this point. He is the closest thing to a gray Jedi. Or what is it? I think it's a gray Jedi, right? It's not a Sith, it's not a straight Jedi. It's legitimately, I think, like a gray Jedi. He is the closest to the middle ground we will ever see, and that is why he's in Master Tier. He's not quite in Grand Master Tier. I do love Qui-Gon. We didn't get enough of him, though, I think, to put him up in Grand Master, but, I mean, come on now. He's a great character. He really is. Qui-Gon's phenomenal. R2-D2 is going straight to the top. You can fight me. R2-D2... I mean, C-3PO's down here, admittedly, but just because C-3PO talks. R2-D2, he conveys everything through beeps and bops, and literally you can understand the frustration of this little tin can so gosh darn easy, it's unreal. You can understand everything that he is conveying. Everything. From confusion to anger to happiness, you can understand this little guy. And it's because of just how those beeps and bops work, and his robot body language. It's all conveyed so well. So he's going there. Oh God, Rey. We have to acknowledge the sequels now. We can't ignore them anymore. It's impossible. There's a lot of sequel stuff going on from here on out. Rey, you're gonna stay where you're at. I don't hate Rey. I don't. I really don't. I don't like Rey. But I don't hate Rey. And in all honesty, do I think she should have taken on the Skywalker name? No, I feel like that was extremely disrespectful. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Do I feel like she should have had maybe a bit more build up as far as character development when it comes to her friends and her allies? Yes, I feel like the jump in association and them being such close friends in episode 9 was whiplash inducing. It genuinely was. So she's going to stay in Padawan tier. And I don't know if they're going to do anything with her in the future, but at this point, Padawan tier. Rose. Rose is going in the Clanker tier. I don't like Rose. The fact that she was ready to essentially sacrifice the entirety of the Resistance so she could give Poe a little Finn a kiss, I'm just not about that. I'm not about that. I know she wanted to save Finn's life, but at the same time, bro, no. I'm sorry. I feel bad for everything that happened with Kelly Marie Tran when it came to people bullying her. Screw you, by the way, if you're bullying the actor or actress for playing a role that they literally signed a contract to play and they don't really have control over the character. Literally, don't do that. That's wrong. Like, don't do that. Seriously? But I don't like her character. I don't like how she was written. I feel like she ruined Finn's heroic sacrifice. If he was going to do anything and heroically sacrifice himself, she ruined that. And then they removed her from the ninth film, essentially, from Rise of Skywalker, and it just felt awkward because you could tell that they removed her heavily. You could just tell that it was a decision that was made like, yo, we need less Rose. So, Clanker tier. I don't know who she is, but she's wielding a dark saber, and I'm assuming she's a good guy from Rebels, so youngling status. Savage Opress, not as cool as Maul, so not going in Master tier. Not as cool as Grievous or Count Dooku, so not going in Jedi Knight tier. You can go in youngling tier. I'm not a big fan of Savage. I'm really not. Even with his origin stories going back to the Night Sisters, he doesn't interest me. He really doesn't. He's not Maul. He's not supposed to be Maul, and he never will be in this tier list. He never will be up there with his brother, ever. Snoke. Clanker tier. Woo! I think we can all agree. I'm just kidding. I know some people do like Snoke, but I don't like Snoke. I think that just everything about Snoke annoyed me, and then finding out he was a clone irritated the heck out of me, so I'm like, yeah, no, I have no interest. Finally, we reach him. the GOAT, the grandest of grandmasters, literally one of the greatest characters in all of fiction. He is going in the best fight me tier. Master Yoda is one of the greatest characters. He is recognizable. He is iconic. He is everything you want in a character that you want to make a pop culture icon. And he is everything that you want from a character that, age has made me wise beyond freaking belief. And I know he was deceived in the prequels. I know he was. But even in the sequel trilogy, when he spoke to Luke, he's demonstrating his wisdom. The fact that, hey, I have been a Jedi for freaking hundreds of years. I know my business. Like, don't try me. I know what I'm talking about, okay? Just trust. I know what I'm talking about. Straight up. So, he's going in the best fight me tier. 100%. And that's the tier list. That is the tier list, guys. Woo!